Dear students, welcome to our class on JRF SRF Net 2022 General Knowledge lecture number 10th. So in continuation of lecture number 9th, we try to understand most important memory type bits as well as assessment and reasoning type. Okay. Now the first bit for today's class is you are given a list 1 and list 2. In the list 1, okay, some crops are given. In list 2, the most commonly recommended weedicide or herbicide is given. Now, wheat, isoprotron, sugarcane, simazine, chickpea, flucloraline, and rice, it is thiopencarb. So these are the most commonly recommended. So according to modern concept, the major function of inter-row tillage is it is for moisture conservation through soil mulching. Okay, retuning is practiced as a matter of routine in sugarcane crop, Napier grass. Retuning is most commonly adopted in sugarcane and Napier grass as well. Now, depot method of crop raising is associated with nursery raising, where adequate irrigation water is available. That means 4 to 5 irrigations in case of wheat crop. 4 to 5 irrigations should be given for the wheat crop as a for optimum yields. Now, at which stage growth the first irrigation is recommended? When 4 to 6 irrigations, okay, water is available either through canals or through from ground or from tank or a combination of 1 or 2 or all these 3. That's what we call it as a conjunctive use of irrigation, conjunctive system. So the irrigation should be given at crown root initiation stage for the wheat crop. Now, in high P fixing soils, water soluble phosphatic fertilizers are applied to crop essentially as top dressing. In high P fixing soils, spreading varieties of groundnut are preferred in areas receiving late rains in Kharif season because, see, there are different types of bunch types, erect types, spreading types, semi-spreading type, groundnut varieties are there. So among these things, spreading varieties of groundnut are preferred in areas receiving late rains in Kharif season because they are of a long duration. Which of the following parts of tobacco plant synthesizes nicotine? Nicotine is synthesized in roots of tobacco. Most of the students stick other things. That's why. Now, I have repeated it several times. Now, in wet season, the initiation of a panicle primordia in rice variety of 120 days duration takes place in, if a paddy crop is 120 days duration, the initiation of panicle primordia 60 to 65 days, which is a very important stage with reference to final yield of paddy is concerned. The oil cake, which has manurial value, also acts as a nitrification inhibitor, is neem, N-E-E-M, neem. The manure, which has the narrowest CN ratio, is groundnut cake. Biofertilizer is A. What is the biofertilizer? It is culture having the desired strain of microorganisms. Super digested compost is called so. So what is meant by super digested compost? When super phosphate is added to the compost, we call it as a super digested compost. Super, for its good decomposition we add super phosphate. Now, sometimes a trickish question would be given like this. What is that? In the list 1, some fertilizers are given. In the list 2, some nitrogen quantity or phosphorus quantity or potassium quantity is given. Say for example, list 1, urea. There is no 46% of N there. They give, for example, 40. It is incorrect. That you should become. Suppose single superphosphate is given. P is 16%, or otherwise it is given as 6:1 instead of K, muriate of potassium. 60% K is there, So you are asked to pick up the wrong one. Correct ones are given 3. Fourth one is a wrong one. So in that list I would like to share with you. For example, ammonium sulfate. It is a straight fertilizer. Diammonium phosphate. Diammonium phosphate is a complex fertilizer. Algae is a biofertilizer. Farmyard manure is a organic manure. So here this side fertilizers are given, this side fertilizer list is given. Sometimes in place of fertilizer list, the N, the P, the K individually they are given. You are asked to pick up correct one or you are asked to pick up wrong one. Please be very careful. That's why I humbly request all my beloved students to read the question first very carefully before you attempt an answer, because in JRF, SRF there is a negative marking. That's why please remember. Now, Bray suggested certain modifications in the Mr. List equation. It's very simple. I told earlier also the answer is log A minus Y is equal to log A minus CLB minus CA. This I told on the blackboard also I have written there. So mineral chloride has an extra layer of BRUCITE brucite. The mineral which is a main source of boron in soils is tourmaline, TOURMALINE. Criteria of essentiality of nutrients for plants is given by Agron. Apatite is a group of minerals which mainly contains phosphorus. Now, similar. So, list 1 and list 2. What is manganese? Manganese is speckled yellow of sugar beet. Molybdenum, whiptail in cauliflower, zinc, white bud of maize, copper, of course, reclamation is of cereals. So, list 1 and list 2 are given, crops are given. What are the diseases? Its deficiency or their deficiency causes is given. So, you should give the answer by picking up from the codes. So, codes are given. A, 1, 2, 3, 4 codes are given. A, B, C, D are given there. In the A, B, C, D, you should mention 1 matches with C, 2 matches with A, like that. Now, chlorite belongs to 2:2 type. It's a fundamental question. Soil layer of maximum leaching is indicated by A2. Okay. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? This is what I am telling. Several times, several bits in the classes to come, even in the 11th, 12th also I tell. List 1 and list 2 is given. Here you are asked correctly matched one. First, let us see correctly matched one. Humus, lignoprotein complex. Humin, insoluble in dilute alkali. Humic acid also insoluble in dilute acid. What is incorrect is fulvic acid, high molecular weight. This is not correctly matched. The other 3 are correctly matched. For your academic interest, I will read once again. Humus, lignoprotein complex. Humin and humic acid are insoluble in dilute acid. Consider the following statement. Just you read the statements. Then, if it is applied to soil is a medium for plant growth, because soil is a medium for plant growth because. Now, soil offers mechanical strength. That is the first answer. The second one, it contains beneficial microorganisms. So, A, B, C, D are given. Which 2 or which 3 or which 1 is correct? Which 3 are incorrect? Which 2 are correct, like that? That's why. Please read the question very carefully, then start answer, because here in the after the statement you are given correct, 1, 3 and 4, like that they may give it. So codes they give it. From the codes we should pick up A, B, C, D. That's why I am telling you. Now, the horizons which make up the profile of a forest soil are A, B, C and O. Essential elements are those. What are the essential elements? The basic characteristic is whose deficiency would prevent the completion of plant cycle. Incomplete life cycle. Molybdenum is required by plants because it is a cofactor for nitrate reductase. Khera disease of rice can be controlled by spraying zinc sulfate. As I said several times, it was my privilege. to work with Dr. Y.L. Nene, sir, who was the Additional Director General of ICRISAT, International Crop Research Institute for Semi-Arid Tropics. He had first identified Khaira disease. Okay, so now, so it can be controlled by spraying zinc sulfate. The basic unit of development under IRDP is family. The category of adopters of an improved variety practice are called early majority. There are some in extension, some reports are given chronologically. So they are jumbled. You are asked to arrange them chronologically. Now, the 4 reports I read one by one, one after the other. Royal Commission's report, followed by that is the Growmore Food Equity Committee report. Third one is the Nalagarh Committee report. The last and fourth one is the Agricultural Administration Team report. The sources of information in correct sequence. Sources of information in extension or in a sequence. Personal localite, personal cosmopolite and cosmopolite. These are the sequences. A high percentage of crop area in India is covered by rice because there is adequate rainfall. This otherwise also this question is asked once or twice in the last 3 to 4 years. It is inevitable to grow a crop in low land or low lying area. Paddy. It is inevitable to grow. No other crop would give potential yields because in low lying areas water stagnation. The cereal crop is only rice only. So the question may come in any form. Okay. Now the high percentage of crop area in India is covered by rice because there is a adequate rainfall in India. That's it. So the approach adopted by Planning Commission in delineating India into agroclimatic zones is the holistic approach. Okay, the Planning Commission has followed the holistic approach for delineating the agroclimatic zones in India. Some statements are there. Agroclimatic zoning of cultivable land is based on. Okay, agroclimatic zoning of cultivable land is based on water deficit condition, water surplus condition, geographic location of the region. These are taken into consideration in agroclimatic zoning as well. Previous bit also I read. Organic matter content of histosols and hydromorphic soil is 2 to 18%. Number 2 to 18%. Okay, some statements I give. Okay, what are those statements? Sandy soils have very low water retentive capacity. It is correct. Sandy soils have very low water retentive capacity. Second thing, applied plant nutrients easily leached out through drainage. It is also correct statement. They are very low in organic matter. All the 3 statements with reference to sandy soils are correct. So you are asked a question like this. Pick up the correct answer. So all the 3 statements with reference to sandy soil are correct. That answer which is reflected in the code in the answer below the statements. There is a code given. 1, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 4 or 1, 3 only, like that they are given. So you should understand first very carefully the question with reference to first. This is only with reference to sandy soil. Low organic matter, nutrients leach out. Okay, organic they have very low water retention capacity. All the 3 are correct. That's why you should pick up the code where these 3 answers are given in the code. That code only A or B or C or D. Now next question. The cation exchange capacity of kaolite clay varies between 3 and 15 milliequivalents per 100 grams of soil. The phosphorus content as P in plough layer of 1 hectare of soil containing 0.1% P2O5 is 860 kgs. 860. This is a ploughing layer only. Now, list 1 with list 2. As I said several times, list 1. Black soils of Maharashtra, they are wetty soils. Black soils are wetty soils. VERTISOLS. Laterite soils of Kerala, they are ulty soils. ULTISOLs. red soils of course, Chota, Nagpur, they are alpha salts. Gangetic alluvial soils are NT salts. Similarly, okay, list 1 with list 2, last bit for today's class. List 1 is like this: nitrobacter, oxidation of nitrate to nitrite to nitrate. Nitrobacter, answer is oxidation of nitrite to nitrate. Azotobacter, non-symbiotic atmospheric nitrogen fixation. Nitrosomonas, conversion of ammonia into nitrate in soil. Rhizobium, symbiotic of atmospheric nitrogen fixation. So these are list 1 matched with list 2. We continue the same type of both memory and assertion and reasoning, and list 1 and list 2 in the class to come, 11th and onwards. Thanking you very much for your very patient hearing.